What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's video we have a lot to talk about the upcoming v18.21 update. This includes things such as the upcoming Caretaker Boss, the loot that you can actually obtain by defeating this boss, Fortnite rewards, the Sideways Scythe finally releasing, Boogie Bomb versus the Combat Shotgun vote, and so much more. So without further ado, let's just not stall and get right into today's video by talking about the upcoming Caretaker Boss. So while we don't know what the Caretaker Boss 100% looks like as of right now, what we do know is what loot it's going to drop, where it's actually going to spawn, and all of that. But I want to put this part in before I talk about all of it. I have a high expectation here that the Caretaker Boss is actually going to be this thing that we saw in the actual Battle Pass trailer for Chapter 2 Season 8. The reason why I say that is based on the loot that it gives. This is a intense boss. There's a string that literally just says, eliminate the Caretaker in all caps. So it seems like whatever the Caretaker is going to be a big boss that's going to require Epic Games to even put text on your screen saying to eliminate it. So with that said, let's actually talk about what we do know, which is the loot that you can actually obtain by defeating the Caretaker. So on screen, you could actually see a list of the weapons you'll be able to obtain. All of them are either in legendary and mythic rarities, except for grenades because, well, there is no legendary or mythic grenade in the game. So we're just going to go down the list, and I'm going to add a little bit of notes if I need to as I say these. So first up in the legendary category, we have the pump shotgun, the submachine gun, the assault rifle, the bolt action sniper, and yes, I triple checked this one. It actually is the bolt action sniper, so we could see this officially returning in v18.21 unless Epic Games decides to swap it last minute, which they 100% could do because it's going through a game update, so anything's really possible. The rocket launcher as well as the pumpkin launcher, so the pumpkin variant of the rocket launcher will be returning in v18.21. The combat SMG, which most likely is not going to happen because, you know, it lost the actual vote, so I would say don't expect the combat SMG to be one of the items it drops. The combat assault rifle, the unreleased tactical pistols, the Dual Fiend Hunter's crossbow, the legendary Sideways rifle, minigun, and scythe, and then for mythics we have the Sideways rifle, minigun, and scythe as well, and as I've already mentioned, grenades. So overall, you have a massive loot pool that you can obtain by defeating the Caretaker, and I also want to clarify that no, by defeating the Caretaker, even though it seems like a very big boss, you're not just going to get every single one of the weapons I just listed dropped in front of you because that's way too overpowered. How it's going to work is Epic Games will be able to assign weights to these weapons, so it's like when you defeat the actual Caretaker, you'll have a chance of getting like this item, and depending on the weight, you'll either have a higher chance of getting an item or a lower chance of getting it, up to, like, you know, a percentage that makes sense. And then after that, we obviously don't only have weapons, we also have consumable and resources. Consumables is bandages, medkits, and small shields, while resources is 30 of each actual material type, and then 50 monster parts, which means if you get a Sideways Scythe, for example, and then you get 50 monster parts from the exact same Caretaker Boss, you can instantly upgrade it all the way up to mythic, so it's a really cool thing to see. And now updates, especially the massive Fortnite update that's going to be v18.21, is not complete without us actually getting free rewards and challenges, since, you know, it's a very hyped up event, and what we do have is an image of the upcoming free rewards. Now there could be more free rewards when the update comes out, as they obviously can update stuff, update the tags and what events everything's earned from, but as of right now, here are the ones we can confirm without a doubt are going to be free rewards. We have the all-weather extractor pickaxe, the cube cruiser glider, which is actually really cool because one of the things I'm going to talk about later in the video is papercraft, and they actually have some cube papercrafts, and this works just like it, where you can unfold this cube into an actual surfboard type glider that you ride on top of. We have the Wraithful Breakout contrail, and then we have the Baddie Wrap, which is animated. These are 4 of the rewards that we do know are going to be free. However, of course, expect more than what I show. And speaking of expecting more than what I show, I do have to talk about an upcoming actual cup or tournament for those out there who want to earn even more free rewards. You can see 2 of the free rewards on screen right now, but these are 2 rewards set to be given out for a upcoming Fortnite 2021 cup. Now, I do want to mention something here. I don't think these are going to be the only free rewards, and the reason why I say that is because if you look at the spray, the Filling Wrathful spray, you'll notice that it is exactly exactly the same design as the Fill My Wrath loading screen that you can see on screen right now. So I would say that we're going to get more info on what these upcoming rewards are for the Fortnitemares Cup and for the Fortnitemares just rewards in general. And not only that, but since we're on the topic of rewards, we gotta keep in mind there's an upcoming new Dark Jonesy questline called the Oracle questline, and there is an upcoming questline with free rewards for the Horde Rush LTM, which will be returning in v18.21. So there's going to be a lot of free rewards in this upcoming update. And now, before we start our next topic, I also want to say I'm sorry if you see me doing a lot of cuts in today's video. Simply put, I'm going to be messing up a lot, and it's really hot in my room right now, so I'm like taking the Santa hat off every once in a while. Anyways, for our next topic, I want to go back to what we talked about, one of the actual drops from the Caretaker Boss, which is the Sideways Scythe. I've already talked about this in a previous video, but we do know a little bit more information, which is the whole siphon aspect of it. So something interesting is, let's say you actually hit a cube monster with the scythe. It will do 13 siphon to them, meaning it will take 13 health from the cube monster and give you 13 health. However, if you hit an actual player with the scythe, it does 30 damage to that player and gives you 30 of that health. This is really cool to see because not only can we have siphon back using a melee weapon, but it means that this melee weapon could be a way for us to like quickly heal up if we're able to, use it and quickly get a shot off on an enemy with it. Now, something else I can mention here is that they have it set up so they can hotfix it to disable the siphon aspect on only players, on only cube monsters, and on both, so they're fully set up to release this, and I would highly expect it to release in v18.21 and at the very latest, v18.30. And now for our next topic, you all know what we gotta talk about. It's the unvaulting situation, because we have these funding stations, and every once in a while we have something new, such as, Shockwave Launcher versus whatever the other thing was, I already forgot. Oh yeah, the Rift to Go. And most recently, the Combat Assault Rifle versus the Combat SMG. Well, the next actual unvaulting or, just new item battle is going to be the Boogie Bomb versus the Combat Shotgun. Let me know in the comments down below which one you plan to vote for when it's actually, being able to be voted for. And I'm just gonna be honest, I highly expect the Combat Shotgun to win because Boogie Bomb's really cool, right? I would be fine with whatever gets added back to the loot pool, but I feel that the community is definitely wanting more shotguns in the game, so I just feel like the Combat Shotgun's going to win. And now, before we talk about one of the few, last topics, the less important ones of today's video, I do want to hop over to talk about Fortnitemares Papercraft and why it might entail the return of Shadow Midas in the near future. So recently, Epic Games actually announced their whole, cosplay page, which is their page where you can either download Papercraft stuff, such as a new cube and the Red Sanctum outfit, or an actual Papercraft mask, which I'm kind of tempted to make, to be completely honest here. But something that was very interesting is that since Crimson Sanctum was added there, which is a brand new variant in v18.20, we noticed that they added Shadow Midas as an actual papercraft. And if this is based around Fortnitemares 2021, does this mean that Shadow Midas is going to become a skin? Personally, I believe that Shadow Midas will become a skin, simply put because they have the tarot card for him already released, as you guys have seen in a previous video. Based on their promo art, they do have a Midas tarot card prepared, and everyone, a lot of people, simp over Shadow Midas. So I highly expect for them to end up turning it into an official skin, just because of how much of the community wants this to actually come out. Now, it's time to wind down our gears and talk about a few little bit less important topics. The first one being one of the upcoming LTMs that is set to return in v18.21, being the Horde Rush LTM. Currently, we don't know much about it. It appears that the Sideways is going to be disabled in the mode, but it's still interesting to see that they have updated it and it is going to be the mode that returns. Also in v18.21, you can expect to officially see Cubetown in the game activated, which is going to be at the Aftermath. Instead of being the Aftermath, it's going to be, Cubetown. And fun fact, if you go check the win umbrella for this season, you'll actually see that Cubetown has been here since Chapter 2 Season 8 even began, so we'll always have Cubetown no matter what season it is. And for our final topic, it's something you can expect to see in the item shop tonight, which is the final tarot card of v18.20, and that is Graveyard Drift. Graveyard Sharp Drift is $15.99 United States, and this is going to be releasing tonight in the item shop, so if you plan to pick it up, consider using code FireMonkey to support me. But I do want to mention that it is kind of bug right now, and what I mean by that is that instead of giving the 2,000 V-Bucks it promises, the challenges only give you 1,500 V-Bucks. But with that said, my name's FireMonkey. If you enjoyed today's video, consider subscribing to support the content I create, and I will see you guys tomorrow with a showcase of whatever is new, if there even is new cosmetics. Peace out.